Hello and welcome to vlog number 8. Today is going to be an in conversation, and I would like to introduce Dr Marg Mayne, who will remain off camera for the purposes of today. Cheers.
Hi Jude, good to be here. So you wanted time tonight to talk about the theme of performance. Why did you choose that theme?
I chose that because I had quite an interesting but short conversation on WhatsApp recently with one of my sisters and one of my nieces about performing, and we got into territory like, is it showing off or self-expression, the fear of failure, the whole vulnerability associated with performing.
Because you write in your book about performing, and in the book you describe what a challenge it was and what a stretch it was for you.
I do, because it was. I didn't get onto a stage in any capacity until I was 50. So I had no training in singing or performing. I didn't sing in a choir, didn't do Amdram or anything. So that was it was a big deal for me. And it was pretty terrifying. It was a bit of a blur, to be honest. I was just singing covers, but with a 6-piece live band. I'd been prepped very well, but it was a pretty big deal actually, and quite unexpected for most people who were there.
And I know that your kind of performing got interrupted because you became very ill with ME, but you did come back out of that to some degree, and you have performed from time to time over the last few years. But how does it feel for you when you perform? What's going through your mind? What's going through your bloodstream when you're performing? As
somebody on Instagram said to me, my handle is Jude Adams Sings, and she said occasionally, because it has had to be occasionally because of my capacity, let alone pandemics. So my tactics have...
How does it feel? What does it feel like when you're performing? When the adrenaline's coursing through your body?
So basically, back when I started to perform, I would be consumed for several days before I did the performance. I might even have only been singing 3 cover songs, and to a handful of people or whatever. So it was a bit like an exam, really. I've always likened it, for me, to an exam, which is the anticipation is huge, and then there comes a moment when you just got to get on with it. The moment comes, and so you do. You just get on with it. And generally speaking, when I've got on with it, I've had an absolute blast.
So in that run-up, so you were going to talk to me about tactics. Tell me about how do you manage that adrenaline so that you can actually be in the moment when you're performing?
Well, back then, pre-ME days, I would have several glasses of wine and probably smoke, amongst other things. Post-ME, no smoking, of course, and maybe a glass of wine. Just really going into the zone, just really trying to find a zone for myself, no interaction whatsoever with anybody else. The day of the launch of my second album, when I did perform with a live band, and it was a real show, which I absolutely loved, I stayed in bed until 4 o'clock and just did nothing but listen to podcasts. I had guests staying, forget it, they didn't get a hello. So that was then. I've done 1 or 2 little sort of more intimate things since then, and then when the pandemic hit, that was it really. I haven't done anything since.
So performing can be terrifying, but also, as you just said, you can absolutely love it. So this new album that you're writing at the minute, is that going to be one that's going to be streamed or one that's going to be live?
It is being written very much to be performed, very much to be performed. It's the whole sound of it is something of a departure from the first 2 albums. It's going to be really quite big and ballsy, and I'm writing the songs quite slowly, although I've had a little bit of pressure put on me now. It's evolving. It's a very organic process, this album. But yeah, I really want to perform it. I'm thinking about performing it as I write every word, and I really want it to be a crowd pleaser, to be something that people not only tap their toes to, but get up and dance to.
Brilliant. Well, look, I for one am really looking forward to not just hearing it, but
I'm looking forward to it too. I'm very excited about this. And there we go. Let's look forward to it. Hopefully it'll be spring next year when it comes out, and you can see it live somewhere.
Jude, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Marg. Bye for now. Love to everybody.